Good setup.
Yeah, dude. Beautiful day.
Amazing.
Welcome to the closing crew with Dan, Anton, and Brad.
Closing crew in the house. On a beautiful
Outside the
day.
house.
Nice. Very
Yes,
nice.
yes.
Well done.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, dude. Such a beautiful day, guys.
Yeah, this is why we pay the high taxes in California.
Yeah. I mean, like, how are you guys doing in this beautiful California weather?
Dude, I'm so much happier when
Beautiful.
it's blue skies and
Yeah.
warm weather.
Yeah.
I can't handle it. I mean,
I
they always joke around that Californians are wimps about rain and stuff.
Oh,
like
yeah.
We are. We
Yeah.
are. We're spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the reason why I ask and I hear you guys is because you guys sound entitled. You guys sound entitled Californians.
No, Anton is
Everywhere you guys go, people hate you. The reason why I'm saying all this is because today's topic is why does everybody outside of California, probably inside California too, but why does everybody outside of California for the most part hate Californian buyers? That is our topic today. How do you guys feel about
Yeah.
that? Is that
Feel
a good
good.
topic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And I would say like not everyone. Not
No,
every
it's a
state.
gen-
right?
yeah, it's a generalization.
Most likely the Midwest. That's right. Midwest,
yeah.
maybe Floridians,
I think Florida hates California.
Carolina. Okay.
Yeah.
A majority of states out there.
I'd say so.
I think the exodus of Californians over the last 10 years have primarily been, besides the West Coast states, have been Idaho, Colorado, Arizona, Texas, Carolinas, and Tennessee. And
Yeah,
Florida,
Tennessee.
right?
Well, that's like everywhere.
Yeah, Florida. Yeah.
But yeah, I think like at least from my like small buyer pool, right, and seller pool, like probably I hear about Tennessee, Texas a lot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my in-laws moved out to Nevada. You know, I feel like Nevada is
Nevada.
essentially turning into California.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also a couple of people who moved to Nevada. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just that, like for
Yeah.
tax purposes and all
So,
these things.
which states like don't hate California? So it's just New York.
Probably New York.
New York,
Yeah, New York.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Boston area,
Right.
Cambridge.
Yeah.
Kind of the more tech hubs, I guess, of the country.
Right.
And then, I mean, we get some hate from Washington and Oregon too, so I can't really say that. Washington, I guess, Seattle and Redmond area is heavy tech, so
Yeah.
it's a little bit more accepting of us, I guess. And I think when we talk about Californians, I mean, obviously we're mainly talking about people from the Bay Area, people in the tech industry.
Yeah.
Because I really can't speak to the people in SoCal that
Right.
move out.
I'd say we're probably like same boat.
Yeah, yeah.
From like from everyone else's perspective, they're like, oh, you're from NorCal? Okay, cool. Actually, the fact that we even say NorCal, SoCal is probably annoying to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, people don't get that.
Yeah, they're just like, what?
It's like North Korea, South Korea.
Yeah.
Except
Somebody's
North-
like, oh, Koreans.
NorCal's better.
In their case, actually, Northern Korea is probably not as cool as South Korea.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so in getting ready for this conversation, I just realized like I think a lot of it too is kind of not real. I think it's like turned into a meme online about
Yeah.
how everybody hates California. I think there's definitely truth to it, right? I don't think people hate California. I think California is awesome. I think they hate a certain type of Californians, right? And then when it comes down to it, the reason why I think they hate California buyers, like one of the top reasons, is how we make everything else more expensive.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do you guys feel about that? Because it's kind of a weird situation because we're so used to competing, right? And because we've made some money in, the markets here, we're kind of leveraging that in other places, right? And it sucks for the locals there, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
How
I
do you guys
totally
feel
get
about
it.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I totally get it, especially markets like, I had a buddy that moved to Idaho, to Boise and or
Right.
Eagle area.
Right.
Those markets, for sure, the cost of living skyrocketed as you saw a big influx of people from California moving there.
Well, why are they moving there? Like, what's so attractive about it? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think first of all, I think a lot of it has been magnified with COVID, right? Post COVID
Oh yeah.
days, as
for
more
sure.
people were able to work from home,
Oh yeah.
right? And so they moved out to all these random areas of the country because they didn't need to go in the office. So the cost of living for them just dropped dramatically, and so it made a lot of sense, right?
Yep.
It was actually a big issue. I remember too, like when I was still in the corporate and COVID happened, you know, like your salary is actually based on the location where you live.
Right.
So in a lot of people actually what they did, they kind of get hired in California, but went somewhere to live like in the cheaper state.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was a big issue, like, you know, and then like I guess HR was trying to figure it out, like who is doing it.
Right.
So I mean it was at that time, but now like they're asking everyone to come back to the office
Right.
nowadays.
Yeah, I think it definitely got really magnified during COVID era
Yeah.
because I actually had a property inspector, Carl Henley. Shout out to you, Carl. He actually it was probably 2017, 2018. He did all my inspections, but then he retired, or he semi-retired, and he moved to Idaho in 2016, 2017. Cashed out his house in Sunnyvale and bought
He bought all of Idaho.
Yeah, bought a huge property in Idaho and was living the life and made great friends and really happy there. And that was, he didn't see any hate as much as people see, nowadays there, I think.
Right.
And again, that's probably magnified a bit. It's probably not indicative of, everywhere, but definitely last few years for sure.
Yeah. And it's funny because that even applies to California itself, right? So if you look at just California itself, like the people that grew up here, like I grew up here, and I grew up in like not great area, pretty bad area, I guess. But so all of my friends, working class, right? Parents were like plumbers or whatever, right? And my dad was a sushi guy, restaurant sushi chef, So a lot of like blue collar, and when you start seeing like the prices and stuff like start ramping up, you do even notice like, well, shoot, like who are these people coming in with their tech money? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like their tech money, and like they didn't grow up here, and like they're making everything so expensive. The people that like grew up here, like we can't even afford to live here. You know what I mean? So that's, I think, like the same thing for everywhere else. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's definitely, a big part of it. But hey, that's capitalism too, right? So it's like if you hate that, you kind of hate our system too, in a sense.
Yeah.
And that's why it's funny because like an area like Texas, right? Austin in particular, I think they have become over the years a big tech center, tech hub. And they're touting the fact that they're attracting all these companies. Well, I mean, that's great for you guys, but just remember, look at our history and what happened to us over the last 20 years. And as all these tech companies came here, and I mean, it's been great, but obviously there's some downside to that as well too.
Absolutely. Yeah. What's your take on it, Anton? In general, so you came from all the way on the other side of the globe, right? So
yeah, I came not from the sunny weather. Yeah. I came from the gloomy weather and rain all the time.
Yeah.
The harsh.
The sun is only like in summer, 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
So I don't know my take. I think when I first arrived here, when was it, 2013? I mean, you can definitely see like, how much money here is and how much wealth it is.
Right.
But a couple friends actually from my side, they also moved out of state, like to Nevada. And one of my friend, like he knew that I have this chocolate store, like the coffee shop.
Yeah.
And then I remember a couple years ago, he's like, oh, if you decide to sell it, just like, let me know. So maybe like we're going to take over and then like, just like do our own like a coffee brand. So they do have it like online right now.
Yeah.
But then recently, I think this year, I'm like, hey, I'm just checking, like, are you still interested in that? Like, like, what do you think? And then he say like, oh, I don't want to have to do anything with California anymore for some reason.
They make it hard for business owners.
Yeah. So I guess like, like taxes.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing. Like, I mean, first thing, I think because he's like a self-employed.
Right.
And I think in Nevada, like a tax is different. So maybe I would say that's why. as
Yeah.
well. Like a lot of Californian, if they're self-employed or so, they have some kind of business where they have to pay like 40% of taxes if they move to the different state, then they don't have to pay. I mean, the saving on that, yeah. And I bet like during the COVID time, there are like so many people who start making money like, online,
Right.
like, and that was like a boom for sure, like, because, everyone were at home and they were trying to figure it out what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess they moved to different states, and I bet like people not happy about it. I'm pretty sure, because like if you, as you're saying, like if you're a plumber and then suddenly someone come from different state and I don't know, buy 3 houses in a row and then build
Right.
a mansion next to you,
Yeah.
then they're like, I guess it's a natural reaction of each
Yeah.
human being, like that there's someone better, and then like they're doing whatever they want and they think they're better than you. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Actually, that's a great segue too. I think another reason why people hate California buyers too, it's not everybody, right? So I think for us, we're in the middle. We don't really identify. Well, I don't know, actually, but at least I'll just speaking for me. Like I don't really identify with the left or the right. My politics are kind of all over the place, but there is this perception, right, where a lot of Californians, they'll bring their politics to other places. And I think California is very left-leaning, very liberal, right? And for a lot of the places that a lot of Californians are moving to, they tend to be more rural and then more conservative, possibly. So, you always see like those bumper stickers where it's like, don't California my whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't California my Texas. Like, don't California my whatever,
Oh
right?
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think like there's definitely, I hear that argument a lot where it's like people in Texas are like, dude, I hate all these Californians coming over here, and they're just gonna like turn it into California. It's gonna be a cesspool. All these homeless people are gonna be popping up everywhere. Everybody's gonna be doing drugs. All the prices are going up. So they kind of attach all of these results, right?
Mhm.
The net effects, I guess, of Californians
Yeah.
coming to their state.
Mhm.
But how do you guys feel about that?
Well, I also think it's probably like a two-way, yeah. Like let's say if a lot of Californians come to Texas, to Austin, yeah, and buy a lot of homes, and then the economy goes up and home prices are going up as well. So if you're a current homeowner, it's probably good for you, like your home is going up. But if you're like a new buyer and you want to buy a home, it sucks for sure. And I also remember like during COVID, like when the Austin started booming, like I was just researching like, what's the good business. And someone was saying like, it's a good time to be like in the construction business right now, like in Austin. So if you open the construction company over there, it's like you make like millions and millions of money, because I guess like they were everyone like remodeling or building a new homes there. But I mean,
Yeah. I think with the politics side of it, I think it definitely has a big impact on communities like Idaho, like Boise and things
Right.
like that, right? Where it
Yeah.
is definitely more conservative, and you got these people driving their Teslas
Right.
coming in.
Well, actually, Tesla represents
Yeah.
something else
Yeah,
now, right?
yeah, now it does, right?
Has yours blown up yet? Has
Not
anybody
yet,
like
not
hacked your
yet,
Tesla
not
yet?
Not yet. My mom's really worried about that, but like, Mom, like every other car on the road in the Bay Area is a Tesla. So
By the way, that's so dumb. If you hate Elon Musk, don't attack Tesla car buyers. That's
Right.
like a separate thing.
Yeah.
You're not affecting Elon
Yeah.
Musk at all, right?
yeah, that's so funny.
At least the people that have already bought. I think going forward, I think he's definitely lost a lot of buyers. But anyways, yeah. On the politics thing, yeah, you're right. I think because we're touching on a few things. I think the reasons that why people hate Californians, it comes down to like money, right? Have and have-nots.
Yeah.
Californians represent the haves, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, dang, like screw these people. And then with politics too, that's another super touchy subject. It's like they have their own communities, their own identities, and then you get this like, stereotypical like, tech bro coming in, right?
Yeah.
Dropping all their money, buying up all their places, and then like starting like to lobby their governments and vote a certain way. So the locals there, of course, are going to be upset, But that being said, I think I think like everybody applies that to Californians, but I think that's like with anybody, right? Any American,
Yeah.
they're going to bring their own politics to a certain place, right?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think it just comes down to like respect, Like just for instance, like even just going overseas in another country, right? Like because this would apply the same way. It's the same kind of rationale. But if you went to like, what's a beautiful place? What's a cool place?
Italy, France.
Italy or France? Well, they already hate us, but everybody hates us. But like, let's say like, if I went to I don't know, Fiji, right? And I'm like, all right, I'm in Fiji. I'm gonna build a Starbucks, and I'm gonna build a, you know what I mean? Just like make it America, right? Making Fiji America again. If I did that, right? Like they would kill me.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
So it's like the same thing too. It's like if you know, if a Californian goes to, you know, Texas, or even if like a Texan comes to California, I feel like people that come to California actually probably tend to be more liberal, maybe. I don't know. But I feel like, because as Californians, we're not like, oh, like F those guys. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I've never really felt that.
Yeah. Definitely, I think in the Bay Area, because of how diverse we are, we're more accepting probably compared to the rest of the country. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I remember like I stayed in, was it Huntington Beach? You know, those canals?
Yeah.
Like, you know, those homes on the water?
Yeah.
But I was very
Brad,
surprised.
your place.
I was very surprised. So like, so this home where we stayed, so it's like on the water, and it has like a boat. So and you can take this boat and then cruise around the canals. And then there was so many Trump supporters.
Oh man.
Like, you know, those huge
Huntington
mansions.
Beach is
like,
pretty
those homes probably like 10 plus mil. There's like insane homes, like really like insane homes on the water.
Yeah.
And there are so many like boats parked at the home, and on the home, like, you know, the Trump like flags and like make America great again and stuff like that. Like I was amazed like how much stuff is there. And then
that's a common misconception though, right? Like everybody thinks that everybody in California is like super left and like, you know, progressive, but dude, Orange County is very conservative.
Pretty much all, mostly Republican country. Yeah. So that's the thing about Northern California.
Yeah. So I think
Northern California and Southern California, it's a big difference. Yeah.
But then it depends too, because if you keep going north, right,
exactly,
like Redding and all that, right?
Right.
So, you know, and none of this too is a reflection of what our personal politics are. So like, don't be coming at us with your pitchforks. You know, exactly. We're just kind of commenting, right? But, like I think it's just a lot of the hate's based on like the general stereotypes, right? And I don't know. I think they're pretty true. Because, you know, I meet some Californians too, like that have like relocated, and I talk to them. I'm just like, man, that sucks that you're representing us out there, because you're like so full of it, you know, constantly talking about how good California is and this and that. It's like
your Patagonia jackets and your Teslas and your oat milk lattes.
I think this is the another thing. Yeah. So like, let's say if you move out of California to somewhere else, I mean, don't go there and tell people, oh, you know, but in California we have this and that. I mean, of course it's annoying. Like it's like, why would you do that? Like if you move already there, then like, you know, then I guess respect that state or this new place. Like, you know, like don't tell people like that, oh, but California is so much better. It's like, why would you do? Why you moved in here?
And you know, to be honest too, I would think that like most people that do leave California, they left California for a reason.
Yeah.
Right. It's affordability for sure. Right. So like, you know, maybe they got priced out or whatever, you know, or maybe they don't agree with a lot of the politics here, because we got some crazy stuff going on. And then,
or they're just tired of the rat race, right? I
mean, tired of the rat race.
Bay Area, where
like they want to get away from, you know, the stuff that you see on the news, like the drugs and the homeless and whatever it is. Yeah. So like I would say like a lot of Californians probably are more in alignment with wherever they're going. They chose that place for a reason, right? So I would say like give them a chance. You know, we can all just coexist, right?
Yeah,
like,
we're all at the end of the day, we're all Americans, right?
We are. You know what? That is. I'm so glad you brought that up, because like I think like a lot of Americans are okay. I'm making.
Oh boy.
I'm making generalizations.
Here we go.
Hold on to your butts. No. Like I would say, like for instance, in the Midwest, I almost. This is just my perception, so I don't know if this is true or not. But I kind of almost feel like people in the Midwest don't view Californians like Americans, you know? Because I hear that a lot. Like, so I'm not a gun nut, right?
Yeah.
But, you know,
but you like guns.
Yeah. It's like, dude, I don't like guns, but I like guns. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think guns should be around, but I think they should be around, you know? whatever you want. Whatever you believe, like, that's me too. Like, I believe that, you know? But regardless, like, you know, in that community, right? And I'm sure you've seen this too. Like, people are always like telling like Californians, like, well, then leave California. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, if you like Californians, they call it California, right? And it's just like, oh yeah, you know, it's California's not even like America. Like, get out, you know? But it's like there's a lot of good stuff here too.
A lot of great stuff.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it's like I'm an American too, you know, and it's like, dude, we should all be supporting each other,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, if anything, it's the government.
Oh boy.
We need a revolution. Just kidding. I'm
And
just
that
joking.
concludes the episode of.
This won't even make it. It'll be scrubbed from the internet. We'll just disappear. But yeah, no, I think that's a good place to end on. Yeah, we highlighted why, you know, Californians are hated on, and I totally get it, right? But also at the end of the day, like, we're all Americans. You know what I mean? Like, we all have our goods and bads. We disagree, but I think we should be able to embrace those, you know, agree to disagree and move forward, right, as a country, instead of like firebombing each other's Teslas. I don't have a Tesla. Brad does though.
2.
Whatever.
But anyways, yeah.
We should now do the Pledge of Allegiance. Just stand up and just do it.
Yeah, dude. We should have like a huge American flag as our background, dude.
Like rolls in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. Dude, you know, so in my home office I have like an American flag in the background.
Oh yeah.
And I you know, like when you Zoom with people, like I had one like couple where they were just like fixated. I could tell like we're, you know, because I was like, wait, why are they both like staring at? And I realized, oh, they're just staring at the flag, and I didn't know what that meant, you know. But I was just like, man, I feel like sometimes if you're quote unquote patriotic, they automatically like label you as like far right or whatever. But I'm like, can I just be in the middle and love America? And it's like, America, there's like a lot of stuff that sucks about it, but also America's America.
Yeah.
Like America's the best.
I literally had a client a few years back.
Yeah.
We were looking at some homes, and I think there were like 2, maybe 3 homes on the street that had American flags out.
Right.
And it wasn't like 4th of July or,
Yeah.
you know, just random, I think, early spring month or whatever.
Yeah.
And they literally asked me, like, do you think that's bad that they have? I'm like, what? No.
Dude, see? Okay,
And
that's so messed up.
And the
man.
one thing about them is, you know, they weren't in this country very long, right? But I think they just had this misperception that if you have that out and displaying it all the time, that you're far right. But you know, I had to explain to them, no, it's just, you know, it's the American way. It's being patriotic. It's nothing bad about that at all.
I remember like when I just came and then I started dating Tao, and then Tao was like at one point when we moved to Paris, she's like, yeah, we have to hang out the American flag. I'm like, why?
Because she's a patriot,
no,
dude.
just no. I mean, I mean, like, yeah, okay, that's cool. But she's like, yeah, you know, what does it mean? I'm like, no, what does it mean? She's like, so if you have an American flag hanging in your house, this means you have guns in home. So no one gonna mess around with our home and try to break in. I'm like, okay.
That is so funny, dude.
I'm like, but I was saying, okay, how about we buy guns first and then hang the flag?
Yeah, you don't want to false advertise, dude. Otherwise, you're just lying. That's not cool.
Anton has now graduated from that, and he has a John Wick flag outside.
Yeah, dude. Come
It's
get
not
'em.
just one gun.
Yeah. You know, like, so I get why your clients felt that, you know, but I hate it.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, dude, like, because I have American flags on my property, you know, and but like if I were to like just in a nutshell, like, what do I stand for? Like, peace, love, right? But also, I like guns. And but also, like, you know, I don't like bigotry, right? I like diversity, right? I don't like forced diversity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like in the middle, right?
Right.
I think, like, you know, women should have rights. Everybody should have rights. You know what I mean? Like, but when I put that American flag out front, then it's like, people are probably like, wait, why is that Nazi Asian? It's like, wait, why is that like, MAGA guy, whatever? And it's like, what? Like, when did that happen?
Yeah.
I thought an American flag represented that you love America.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think with Trump, it's like I think it's changed with Trump because like when Make America Great Again,
Mm-hmm.
I guess because of his campaign and the colors. So everyone when they see that, I feel like that's why everyone is associating like you with
Right.
kind of like. But I mean, it's wrong.
It's dumb, dude. You know what it is? It's like certain groups, and once again too, like I'm not against like if people associate that with like the right, okay, but also they should be associated with the left too,
Yeah.
and the middle and everybody in between. Like America's America. It goes back to being like, dude, we're all Americans together, right?
Yeah.
But it's like certain groups may have co-opted certain symbols, right?
Yeah.
Like for instance, did you guys know this? Like the Nazi symbol, the swastika?
Yeah.
You know where that's from, right?
From India,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Buddhist symbol, like the
I heard
Buddhist
that.
symbol for like peace or whatever, or
yeah. So
acceptance.
it's actually represented something like very peaceful or
Tibetan, yeah.
something great. It's actually a very interesting story about it. But
Right.
now like because Hitler took it,
Right.
it's like
It's bad.
Yeah,
it's
now
bad. But then when you go back to those ancient like
Buddhist
temples and everything,
Yeah.
you see the sign and you like freak out. Like who doesn't know? Like they probably think, oh, what is going on here?
Some dumbass out there is probably like, oh, like I didn't know Buddha was a Nazi. Oh, dang, this Buddhist temple is a Nazi temple? Like, dang, it's crazy.
Yeah, but like how
Where's
Hitler put
that
it.
character from, by the way?
It's funny because so my knee-jerk reaction was to do kind of like a yeehaw accent, and then
Yeah.
halfway through I was like, no, that's not right. So I tried to morph it into something else, but it is what it is. But I didn't mean anything by it. But it's just like it's interesting. I think we just give these symbols like meaning, but like it's a shame. I feel like there's just so much lack of unity in this country.
Yeah,
And I don't understand because America is freaking the best. This is why
man.
that's why you guys are always saying like, oh, you guys should travel. I'm like, yeah, I'm not cool. I'm okay with traveling. That's fine. But why, when California, is great. Like there's so much to explore here. Like I still have more to explore here.
Yeah, for everyone that doesn't know, Dan doesn't like to travel internationally, so we're always trying to convince him to go places.
It's not that I don't like to. I think when my kids
He's
get older, no, I want to show them everything.
So
But,
where have you been so far? Like in the world?
San Jose,
No,
Sunnyvale.
yeah, I've went to this.
Well, Cupertino. You've been to Cupertino, right?
Yeah,
Wait, so you made
It's
it? You
cool.
made it to Hawaii a couple months ago?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've been to Gilroy. Have you guys been to Gilroy?
No.
It's dude. Once it was crazy. Once I took a trip out to Salinas. It's a little bit
Yeah.
past Gilroy. It's pretty
Wow,
far.
good for you, man.
Yeah, dude.
Venturing out.
Yeah.
You get some garlic there?
No, no, it's funny. Like, so I've been some
Yeah.
places. I've been to Japan. I've been to Japan a bunch of times. Went to South Korea once. I flew to Vancouver. I flew to Canada like a bunch of times for work. I've flown all over, the States, for work. But like outside, like, there's a lot of places I'm interested in. Like the UK speaks to me, probably
Yeah.
because of James Bond and all that stuff since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But also too, like, I really want to go to like just the Mediterranean, area. Like, there's a lot of places,
Yeah.
but
UK is like a US just classic.
Yeah.
So you should go to the third world country.
Yeah, Dan's
Where
like,
people don't
I
have
want to go to
anything to-
Canada. I want to go to the UK. I want to go to Australia. Wow,
New
dude.
Zealand.
it's just that, like, okay, for me, I have something called the internet, so I can fucking go there right now. I can go on my phone and be like, look, now I'm in like Brazil or whatever.
Dan
we should do like a surprise trip for Dan.
Yeah.
Just kidnap you, like
Yeah.
for I don't know, maybe your anniversary or something,
Oh, dude,
and then we just bring you like you don't know where we're going.
dude, all respect.
And
I
then-
think
And then
it's-
record the whole podcast, or like the whole vlog about it, and I put this on the podcast reaction.
take
Dan's
it.
reaction.
We could take you to like Libya or something. You know,
Oh,
like,
gee.
Venezuela.
It's like, here, take this belt of ammunition. No, dude, like, so, like, I think it's amazing. The cultures are awesome. Like, actually, I love, like, a lot of the podcasts I listen to are usually like about history, about different cultures. It
Yeah.
really, intrigues me, and it's awesome. I love it. with that being said, like, I really love California.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I really love it. I love
Yeah.
America. I love California. Like, there's so, like, if you told me, hey, you know what, like something got messed up, like you know, like Trump revoked your citizenship or whatever, and like, you know, you can't travel anymore, I'd be sad, but I'd be like, that's cool, because I still, like, honestly, if I went out and explored California every day for the rest of my life, I would not be able to explore all of it.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah,
so
I mean,
much, dude.
100%.
It's insane.
But I think if you travel outside and different culture, I think is like just open up your mind.
Yeah,
There's
that's
something
true.
different.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
I
is
think
true.
there is also completely different watching this on the YouTube
Mm-hmm.
versus experience yourself, you know, like when you're there and then like you see the life and how people
100%,
are.
100%.
I don't know how to describe it, what it is, but it's definitely like changes you a little
You
bit. So
gotta-
when you come back, it's you're a different person for
Yeah.
sure.
You got to
No, it's
experience it in real life and not on your Oculus.
I know, right?
Yeah.
When Brad experiences Italy, it's always like this.
Yeah.
But
I
you know, it's really funny too, because like, yeah, I think like I give off this vibe like, oh yeah, like I don't want to go anywhere, I just want to sit on my couch and just like look out the window
With
my
guns.
no.
An American film.
Yeah. But it's really funny though, it's like when I do go to places that like are different, like
Yeah.
I embrace it. I love exploring.
Yeah.
I actually make a lot of friends usually. Like I like to talk to the locals and like I love to explore. I have a great time, you know.
Yeah.
It's just that like I don't need to, right?
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean, I agree. I love California too. Like when I just came to California, I'm like, oh my god, I fall in love like right away.
Yeah,
like
it's
I'm
hard
like,
not
oh
to.
my god, this is like the best place on earth.
right.
It's like it's so amazing. I mean, the weather, you know, the ocean, like everything. It's
Right.
like it's just perfect.
Yeah, it really is. Maybe not the politics, but yeah.
Nowadays, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, yeah,
It's changed a lot. I think like the peak was like 80s, 90s, you know, early 2000s probably was like, honestly, I don't think I could have like if I tried to talk crap about California, I don't think I could have back then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everything was just awesome, you know?
I wasn't born yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. He
then,
did.
then in 80s.
Yeah. But anyways, I think we got derailed a bit, but it was a fun combo. Do you guys
Yeah.
have anything else to add on why California buyers suck? Why everybody hates us?
No, I think we got it covered. We
Yeah.
covered the gamut.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope we can change that one day, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's up to all of us Californians to really kind of think about our fellow Californian and like really represent our state
Yeah.
with class and respect. That's all we could ask, you know?
But
Because-
just one thing about that too is that a lot of people that aren't native Californians that move out of California,
That
right?
is
Like,
tr- oh, that's true. You know what? That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
All the non-Californians are probably the ones that are, you know,
yeah.
going out there and being
They made a brief stop in California
Yeah.
for their tech job or whatever, and
Yeah.
then left. And
I know
actually,
probably people asking where are you from? California.
dude, actually, you know what? I think we cracked on this too late, but I think you're right because when I think about like tech bros too, most of the tech bros aren't from California,
right.
you know?
Where are they from?
They're from like other places.
Like
They're from
Salinas.
you're right. Yeah, that's like California. Yeah, no, they're from like they're from the I don't know, Boston. I don't know.
No, actually, one of my friends, I won't say his name. He
Yeah.
was originally from Massachusetts, got
Yeah.
Harvard educated,
There you
came
go.
here for a tech job, and
Right.
then I think they are. Oh, I know they're in Colorado now. So
Right. You know, it's okay because if you think about it like this, like in a nutshell, if you didn't know, right? When you think about Zuckerberg, he kind of represents California.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like
Okay.
he's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
obviously,
He's from.
but he kind of represents Silicon Valley. Who else represents Silicon Valley? Elon Musk, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like
but
these,
not
these
anymore. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I know,
he-
but I'm just saying, like in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
tech
yeah.
realm, when you
Yeah.
think like, oh yeah, these Californians, like if I said, yeah, Elon Musk, like Zuck, like all these people,
Google.
yeah,
some-
like
what's his name?
people would be like, yeah, they're from California. Like if you're not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But once you hit
Yeah.
a certain amount of wealth, they then say, yeah, we're not
Right.
Californians.
Yeah. Exactly. Like Joe Rogan turned his back on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Elon,
Elon.
Larry Ellison,
Uh-huh.
who else? Trying to think of, but yeah, those guys.
Yeah. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess once you start getting into billions, they all
Yeah.
moving out because of
Exactly.
taxes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Like, I heard that's the case in the UK too. Like a lot of like
Where they go?
millionaires, they're going to like Dubai and stuff.
Oh yeah, again, like a lot of Europeans actually move to Dubai. That's a big thing there.
Like
now.
the ultra wealthy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
I mean,
there's no
there is
taxes in Dubai.
There is Monaco, another thing, but it's like I think it's a different story. I think the Dubai is now is like it's a place to be for rich people. Yeah.
That's why Dubai is exploding too, is because it makes it very easy for ultra wealthy people to do business out there without being penalized.
Right.
Where like California, right? It really sucks to do business here sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, when you guys move to Dubai, make sure you build a room for me.
I mean, I would let's go visit Dubai.
I could see you in Dubai.
No, but let's go visit Dubai together.
Man.
Dude,
You would not go to Dubai?
Nah, no desire.
Really?
So okay,
Yeah.
you would go to these other places and you wouldn't go to Dubai.
Dubai's 20-hour flight, right? And
Is
then this is a long ass flight. And then 2, I mean, yeah, we're gonna stay indoors the whole time. Like, I mean,
But
this-
their indoors is better than everybody else's.
150
indoors.
degree or something.
Yeah.
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 Didn't they like make it rain now? Aren't they like seeding the
probably,
clouds?
yeah.
Something
They
like
cause
that.
floods.
Yeah.
Their infrastructure can't handle like.
Jamie
the
went
rain, so-
there for
Oh, yeah?
business years ago, and
How should I like that?
this is before it totally exploded. But
Yeah.
she said it was cool, but would never go again. And then there'd be these sandstorms where you'd have
Right.
to go inside to avoid them. I'm like,
I think the only thing what I would not do in Dubai, like rent some kind of like a SUV or some kind of like 4x4 and then just go and like just kill it in the dunes. Like,
Yeah.
just like.
Or you could just go to
something like
Pismo.
Have you been to Pismo?
I
It's
lived
so
in
crowded.
Pismo
Oh man,
for a
like I
little
mean,
bit.
I've been to Pismo multiple times, but like,
It ain't Dubai, that's
Yeah.
for sure. But it's funny though. Dubai, it's kind of like, so I have these rules, right? Are we good on time?
yeah.
Okay.
This is running.
37.
Okay.
3 more minutes.
All right. So my rules, right, of like wherever I want to settle, I don't want it to be a struggle to survive there. So if like, so for instance, if it's like, hey, you want to move to the moon? I'd be like, no, there's no air. I would die there because I can't breathe. So I'm not going there, right? Do you want to live in the ocean? Like, no, because there's sharks there and my dick would get bit off or whatever and I can't breathe water. So I don't want to live there, right? And like Las Vegas or Dubai, it's like, could you survive outside? No, on a hot day,
Right.
you get melted into a puddle, right? If you go to Dubai, start breathing in sand and then you get, this disease called sand lung. I don't know if that's true. I just made that up, but still it sounds pretty legit, and it's a very tough place to survive.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
I want to go where all the life is, like streams and mountains and
Right.
where all the trees are, that's where I want to be.
Heck
Like,
yeah.
what would be another place besides California for you?
Dude, I've thought about this. It's California. Maybe like Hawaii,
Okay.
I think I'd get island fever in Hawaii.
People say that,
yeah.
but then like, I feel like California is big enough for me. So
I think I'd go probably Colorado.
Oh yeah.
Colorado, yeah, Colorado
really
is pretty
beautiful
cool.
outdoors.
Yeah.
Winters kind of suck, but I mean it's beautiful there.
yeah, totally. Just don't make Colorado, California, Brad, when you go out there. Respect their culture.
It's a little bit too late. I know Denver and
Yeah.
Boulder are heavy Californians.
Well, I think like any kind of like densely populated city, like a hub, right,
Yeah.
is gonna, have like characteristics of California. But, like once again, I think we're like the scapegoat for a lot of that stuff, and it's like that's just anywhere, right? It's
Yeah.
not California's fault, you know what I mean? But
But the good news for everyone out there that's living outside of California, Dan will not be moving to your city.
no, actually, like I mean, I'm open, right? Like I don't know, just somewhere pretty where the people are nice, and like the weather is like somewhat moderate. Like I don't want to
Yeah, I
move
think-
anywhere where
I
there's
think
like
Hawaii is perfect. So they love
Yeah.
guns. The weather is nice.
okay. I'm not like a crazy gun nut. Okay, I just want to put that out there. Okay, I'm not. You guys have more guns than I do.
Not true.
That's half true. It's 50% true. But yeah, like just somewhere where okay, I'll tell you where like the characteristics, and you tell me where this place is, okay? Where the people are friendly, right? Where they care about each other, where mental illness is low,
Oh, perfect.
where there's access to internet, where there are more trees than people.
I know.
Trees. I don't know.
Thailand.
Thailand. Thailand?
Yeah.
I don't think I'd make it in Thailand.
I don't think Dan would survive in Thailand.
I don't think so.
People love each other there a lot.
What does that mean?
A lot of trees.
Like,
That's a whole nother episode. That's we're going down White Lotus alley here.
oh, dude. So, okay. Well, anyways, we started watching White Lotus last night.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't understand the show.
Did you watch the first season, or are you starting?
We just started the first season.
Okay.
You guys are talking about it. Everybody's been talking about it. And, like, I don't get it.
You follow the train.
Huh?
So the first season?
The first season, yeah.
Like how many episodes you've been through?
I think like we watched like 2 episodes last night. I just remember seeing like a penis really early. Just being like, oh, is this what the show is gonna be on? Like, he's just like, oh, I got like cancer in my balls, and he was like, they were just like showing him with everything, and I'm like, man, it's one of those shows. HBO, man, HBO loves showing penises everywhere.
That's why people like it.
Because they get to see penises. Is that why you like it?
No, naked people.
Naked people. But the thing is, they only showed the penis and balls. They didn't show anything else.
No, I think it's about the families, and like people can just relate, to the family struggle and stuff like that. There's like in each season they kind of bring stuff like that I guess you can relate a little bit.
This last season, I don't know if many people can relate to this last season, but that's a whole nother episode.
Got it.
I can relate to Thailand. That's the only thing I could relate.
Man.
I like that.
Don't say that, Anton.
You should be the spokesperson for Thailand, dude. Just be like, hey, like Thailand, have you ever wanted to love everybody and have everybody love on you? Come to Thailand.
Well, I mean, I've been to Thailand, to Phuket. I mean, not those places or like, but I mean, in general, it's nice there. It's very beautiful.
How do you pronounce that city?
PP Islands.
It's called PP Islands? Wait, why did I? I'm so gullible. What? Is it Phuket? Or is it the phonetic
I don't know, is
PH?
it Phuket or Phuket? I think it's Phuket. So I think people call it Phuket.
Okay.
But then there is also like PP Islands, but it's actually PHI. I thought it's Fifi.
Oh, Fifi.
But then when you talk to locals, they say it's PP actually.
So then it's Phuket.
Yeah, so it's then Phuket. Yeah.
If Fifi is PP Island, then Phuket is Phuket Island.
Correct.
Okay. Brought to you by.
But yeah, you should
know.
continue with the White Lotus. I think eventually maybe you will like it.
Dude, I'm so boring and like.
But I mean, nothing is better than John Wick. I mean, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, dude, that's easy to understand. It's like, oh yeah, somebody killed his dog. Oh, okay, so he's gonna justify murdering billions of other families and ruining family structures and everything because somebody killed his dog. Yeah,
exactly.
Dude, I can get my head around that.
Yeah,
but like, just like the White Lotus, everybody loves that show. So I think I'm broken because I watched it and like after the second episode, I remember like turning to Hannah and being like, what's the show about? You know what I mean? Like,
it's good. I wouldn't say it's like must see TV,
right?
But it's good.
But I think you have to get maybe through 2 more episodes once you start like wanting to know what's gonna happen. So that's with most TV shows. I mean, there are like, I remember Game of Thrones. I started watching this like 3 times. Yeah. And then like, I think on the 4th time, like me and Tao was like, okay, let's watch at least 5 episodes in a row. Right. And then it got clicked and then you cannot stop anymore.
Same thing with us with Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
Oh yeah.
Man, that started off so slow, and then by like the 3rd or 4th episode, we're like binge watching every night.
Yeah.
I don't think White Lotus is binge worthy.
Yeah.
But
dude, I mean the 3rd season, I kind of like got hooked for some reason. I don't know.
It's because Thailand.
Because of Thailand.
And the brothers.
So is it different families every season?
Are those brothers? Huh? Those are brothers? The guy like who like with Asian girls? They're brothers?
No, the 2 brothers in the family, the younger brother. Have you seen the whole set?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys should do like a recap episode of White Lotus since it's so popular. I bet you get a lot of views.
Not this season. This season's just twisted. So
that's probably even better, But
cool.
All right. Well, I'm glad we got all that off our chest.
Covered a lot today.
Yeah, dude. California rules.
Yeah, America rules.
That's right.
So does,
Peace out, America.
so does Canada, England, and Australia.
And New Zealand.
Right, New
And
Zealand.
Japan, and South Korea,
Forget New Zealand.
the Allied powers.
Safe.
You like those California reflexes?